Hi, and welcome to the Vegan Pulse. I am your host, Nancy Arenas. Today, my guest is going to be Greg Lawson. Greg Lawson is a retired National Park Ranger, Vice President of the Vet Society of El Paso, a certified vegan lifestyle coach, and host of a vegan-oriented radio show, ACT, Animal Concerns of Texas, which has been broadcasting for 18 years on KTEP-FM, National Public Radio for the Southwest. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hi, Greg.
Hi, Nancy.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, thanks. A little bit bored. Every day seems to run together, and I forget whether I've taken my vitamin today or not.
Yeah, I could see how today is the umpteenth day of I don't know what month and what year. That's what it seems like, right? So I thought
Coming towards the end of May.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, so I thought I would just ask you a couple of questions about
Sure.
animal agriculture, like starting with, do you think that animal agriculture is going to destroy most of the life on this planet if we continue to let it thrive?
Yeah, it seems a likely possibility. The CDC thinks that a bird flu pandemic would be even worse than what we're in now. And that would arise on our chicken farms. There have been a number of viral outbreaks over the years from pig farms and chicken farms that didn't really go, completely global pandemic, but they caused a number of deaths. And it's just gonna, if we keep going the way we're going, we're gonna have another pandemic from one of our factory farms, is what I think. And also, it's factory farming is just not sustainable. We're not going to be able to produce enough crops to feed enough animals to feed people. It's not going to work.
And is animal agriculture causing harm to our environment, not just to our health, but what about our environment?
In a number of ways. Of course, there's air pollution and water pollution and climate change. And what a lot of people don't think about is wildlife extinction. We've destroyed the habitat of a number of species, and there's a lot less wild animals than there used to be, and we're all dependent. We need every creature that exists. It's an ecosystem, and without the wildlife, like bees are declining in numbers, and if we don't have bees that pollinate our food crops, we're going to follow bees to extinction. But one thing I read recently is that bees have started to recover because people are staying at home, and without the traffic, there's not as much air pollution. In Los Angeles, air pollution decreased by 30%, and the bees are recovering. So we should all just continue to stay home. Long after the pandemic.
Yes, I see. I've seen articles on different wildlife returning, and it's really nice to see it. And it's all because we have gone away.
Right. It's like looking at what the world would be like if there were no humans. But it's going to be a better place for nature and wildlife.
And wouldn't you think that COVID-19 should make us re-examine our broken food system, how it harms and exploits not only workers, like right now there's an order that workers have to go back, but they are being infected with COVID. So it's not just the workers, the consumers, and of course, the poor animals.
Yeah, the problem that I see is that, people are not able to make change very easily. And despite what we're going through now, when we get back to what was normal before, it's going to continue the way it was. People aren't going to really make the changes that we've started to make because of the pandemic. If we could learn something from our mistakes and stop eating animals, because as you know, the wet markets of China, live animal markets, what caused this particular pandemic. It also caused SARS, and also bird flu and swine flu came from crowded conditions in American factory farms. But, you know, I just don't see humans as being capable of making the change that needs to be made.
Oh, I sure hope that they can make it, because
Yeah.
Well, eventually they're going to have to, because otherwise it's going to be, like you said, extinction for us in the long run if we don't make these changes.
I hate to say this, but I'm hoping the humans that go extinct are the ones that are out right now partying, and
and no mask.
The smart and perhaps those of us who recognize the problem will be the ones that survive. Then things could change.
I see.
Yeah.
And what is your thought about, instead of paying out to the animal agriculture, the meat and dairy organizations, shouldn't we really be looking at helping farmers transition out of that industry?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I wish I'd invested in vegan burgers a few weeks ago. But that's going to happen. A lot of farm workers, well, the unfortunate thing is the people that work in meat packing plants are, there's a lot of illegals and a lot of immigrants that can't seem to work anywhere else. You know, they found jobs in slaughterhouses and factory farms, and it's very unfortunate.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. And the sad part is that they say there's about 6 million animals killed for food every hour. Every time I think of that, it just makes me want to cry.
Yeah.
And however, have you heard about the two senators, Elizabeth Warren and Cory Booker?
Yeah.
Joining forces to try to put through a bill to ban large-scale factory farming?
And to try and end it by 2050, which in my opinion is waiting a little bit too long. As a matter of fact, I think it might even end on its own before then.
I'm surely hoping.
Yeah, at least they're taking some action, even though it's long delayed.
Yeah, and I believe there's another one, kind of the same kind of a deal, where Representative Jamie Raskin and Ro Khanna are trying to do the same thing, trying to do a Farm System Reform Act.
Yeah. I haven't heard about that one, but I really can't see many of our elected officials going along with that because of the lobbying groups in the meat industry.
Well, this one is particularly, it's also in conjunction with Mercy for Animals, and they're trying to help the farmers construct a compassionate system where they can phase out of farming and into something else. I believe that's what it is.
That sounds like I should have somebody on my show from Mercy for Animals.
You should.
Thanks for the idea.
Oh, you're welcome. So tell me a little bit about your show, ACT.
We skipped a show in April, and then we just did a show a couple of weeks ago with Zoom, and we're recording another show tonight on Zoom about fishing, and we'll continue to do shows on Zoom for a while, because we can't go back to the studio, which is off limits right now.
Right. Well, what I've learned during this COVID-19 is, besides seeing that people have to be more we and less I, like those people who insist on going out when they can endanger other people, that that this is an opportunity to learn new things and to, you know,
Like
learn
how to
more.
give yourself a hair, like how to give yourself a haircut, you know.
I did that.
It's professional.
But, you know, perhaps if people are bored and don't have anything to do, read about animal agriculture, how to transition to a plant-based diet for the environment, for the animals, for your health. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Oh, that's the way to go. There's plenty of online resources. And really suggest Dr. Michael Greger's website, nutritionfacts.org. He has a lot of information on the current situation. He has a new ebook coming out on May 26th called How to Survive a Pandemic. So I recommend people go to nutritionfacts.org.
Yeah, I always refer people to go there, and PCRM, Physicians
Yeah,
Committee
yeah.
for Responsible Medicine, as well.
Uh-huh.
Do you have any last thoughts that you'd like to leave my viewers with?
Yeah, if you're not vegan yet, now's the time to go vegan. Meat prices are skyrocketing, and farm workers are dying of coronavirus. So, you know, go vegan.
There you go. Go vegan. You heard it from
Yeah.
you heard it from Greg. You heard it from me. Go vegan.
Yeah.
Thank you, Greg, for being on an episode of the Vegan Pulse. I surely appreciate you taking the time to do this with me. Take care.
Thank you, Nancy. Okay,
Bye.
you too. Bye.
Thank you for watching another episode of the Vegan Pulse. I am your host, Nancy Arenas. Please follow us on Facebook, check out our new blog, and remember, if you have a pulse, you have a purpose. Live vegan.